Good afternoon, everyone. You all are muted, so I can't hear you. I'm going to pass it on to Dr. Eckert to start our ceremony.
Thank you so much, Dr. Porter. Hello, everybody. Not if you can hear me. We're still getting used to the Zoom thing. So I'd like to welcome you to the 10th annual hooding ceremony taking place today, May 8th, 2020. I'd also like to specifically welcome our 39 graduates who will be conferred a Master of Education in Higher Education Administration and Student Affairs at the conclusion of tomorrow's university commencement ceremony, which is also taking place virtually. We are looking forward to celebrating you and your achievements today, even though this is not really the way we thought we would be doing it. So thank you for being here. Because of the change in format this year, I'd like to provide a little direction on how to use Zoom today. Not how to actually launch it, but how to use it during this ceremony. Please be sure to launch the participants list from the middle of the screen. There's a button that should be in the middle towards the bottom. And you will be able to see a participants tab, and then you can launch a chat tab. As you've already figured out, you can chat with each other privately or to everyone. Just understand that your comments will likely be viewable in the video, so keep that in mind. But we encourage you to chat with each other, with all of us posting messages throughout the ceremony, because we may as well interact how we can. I think that is the major housekeeping stuff. We'll go ahead and launch into the ceremony. We hope that you will share this very special ceremony with your family and friends, and we will post the video to it on the higher ed website and possibly Facebook. We'll see what happens with that once we see how large the video is. So thank you all for being here. Thank you for using the chat. I'm glad to see people are on it. As you are prepared to be virtually hooded by your assigned faculty advisor, I'd like to take a moment to reflect on the purpose of a hooding ceremony. Even though you will not be physically hooded today, the history of it is actually kind of interesting. The hooding ceremony is an event whereby recognition is given to those graduating with master or doctoral degrees. When the hooding ceremony actually occurs face-to-face, a faculty member or dean of the graduate school places the graduate's hood over their head, signifying their success in completing the graduate program. The ceremony is similar to a graduation in that faculty and students are dressed in their regalia or academic attire that makes you look like you're a student at Hogwarts, but does not replace actual graduation exercises. However, the ceremony itself is symbolic of the scholarly and personal achievements of graduates, and the hood itself symbolizes the achievement of their academic and professional goals in their area of study. The color of the hood is symbolic of the graduate's academic area of discipline, and for students graduating with a Master of Education degree, the hood color on the front is a light blue on the outside, and the inside of the hood, which is over your back, displays the colors of the institution, in this case, blue and gold. So that's what that looks like. We will eventually get to having a physical in-person hooding ceremony once all of this clears, and we welcome you at that. We will keep you updated. But now it is my pleasure to introduce today's speaker, who was nominated and selected by the class of 2020. For the record, I wrote this bio, Dr. Merrill did not. And she may get irritated with me for explaining how truly impressive she is, but I'm going to do it anyway. Dr. Martha Merrill joined Kent State University in 2008, and we are so grateful to have her. Prior to her time at Kent State, Dr. Merrill has held several faculty and senior level administrative roles at institutions in the United States and Kyrgyzstan. She is a specialist in intercultural education, intercultural issues, and Central Asia, and her numerous publications explore issues of quality assurance, education policy reform and change in Central Asia, internationalization, and intercultural development. Dr. Merrill has earned degrees in Russian literature, creative writing, Islamic studies, and college and university administration from institutions such as Boston University, Columbia University, and the University of Michigan. Having visited more than 50 countries, I am guessing her passport is probably held together with industrial staples, and she is legendary for her use of acronyms, exceptionally detailed syllabi, and her intense feedback on student papers. I am thrilled to present you Dr. Martha Merrill.
Thank you, Erica. I told Dr. Eckert that in Kyrgyzstan, and those of you who've just finished intercultural communication will understand this, in Kyrgyzstan, people are supposed to be modest. So I told her, really don't need an introduction, but thank you very much. So good afternoon and welcome to all of you, wherever you may be. Wish you were here. First, I would like to thank the class of 2020 for inviting me to speak to you. And I also want to thank Lizzie Patterson and the members of GRASP who organized this event, as well as Dr. Eckert, whom you all know is the most technologically competent of your faculty. This is not an ordinary day, rather it is a day of great significance in your lives, and I am honored that you have asked me to share it with you. The way that we are celebrating this day, however, is not what you, your families, or your faculty would have wished for. The faculty would have liked to put real hoods with satin and velvet linings over your heads and to give you hugs. We want to meet your families, your partners, your friends, and in some cases, your children. Those people who have cared about you and cared for you in this journey. And we would want to take innumerable pictures with you because this is a day we all will remember. We are not sharing this today in person, and that makes us sad, but it is worthwhile thinking about why we are sad. In 1965, a rock group called the Animals recorded a song called "We Gotta Get Out of This Place," which, although it was actually about escaping poverty and social oppression, became a popular song both with soldiers in Vietnam and with graduating students. Although I am sure you are all glad to graduate, I don't think many of you would be singing that song. The newsletter that Kelsey and Dr. Thomas put out has a section called New Face, Our Place. And this is your place. You created what it is. So one of the reasons we are sad about not being together is because we have shared so much in the past that we have formed close connections. If I say GRASP Giving or the Fall Welcome Picnic, you all can picture Dr. K's house. I also hear about carpools to Cleveland, late night pizzas, and second years lending books to first years. We have connections that are much stronger than this one day, connections that will continue for years into the future. So, although we would like to share this day in person, we know that today is not the ending of relationships, but rather their transformation into new forms. And you are welcome to use Schlossberg's transition theory to analyze that transformation. You have all chosen to enter a profession that involves stress, constant change, supporting others, and continuous learning. As difficult as these last 2 months have been, you all have already succeeded in that profession. You are graduating today because you have found ways to handle stress, to cope with unprecedented change, to connect with others, and to learn all kinds of new skills, from cooking to how to use Blackboard Collaborate. You have been tested in ways that previous classes have not been, and you have succeeded. Some of you will be familiar with a Dr. Merrill question. Did you learn stuff? I know that you all can answer yes. If you were here in person, many of you would be introducing me to significant people in your lives. One of the few advantages of online teaching is that I did get to meet some of your significant cats and dogs. Many of you would be telling me, I couldn't have completed this degree without this person, my partner, my mother, my friend, my colleague. So many people who helped you on this journey. Since most of those people are not with you today, let me give you one final assignment. Write to those people, or call them, or use technology I have not heard of, or send flowers. But say thank you to those who helped you complete this journey. And now you are starting new journeys. Know that all of your faculty want to know where you are and how you are. As today's ceremony shows, we do not have to be in the same place to touch each other's lives, minds, and hearts. Stay in touch with us and with your classmates. We care about your lives.
Thank you so much, Dr. Merrill. At this point, we're going to begin the virtual hooding of our graduates, beginning with Dr. Mark Kretovics and his advisees. We are going to keep everyone's microphone muted. However, do not let that stop you from using the chat function with the gusto of a future student affairs person and cheering people on from your homes. Dr. Kretovics, please go ahead once you're unmuted and begin announcing the names of your advisees, but go ahead and pause after each one.
All right. I'm hoping I'm unmuted right now. Okay, as we proceed, what I'd like to do, first I'd like to say it's an honor to be able to go first in the hooding, and it's great to see all of you and your faces here. Again, like Dr. Merrill said, really wish we could all be together at this point in time, face to face. But as corny as this may sound, what I'd like to do is, as I announce you, please stand up if you can, turn around, and I'm going to hood you. Sound reasonable? If not, do it anyway. That's okay. It's the way it's going to work today. All right. So for starters, I'd like to start off with Heather Barhorst. Heather Barhorst, please.
Heather Barhorst sent in a memory of the program that I will share on her behalf. She says, I have so many wonderful memories, like late night pizza library sessions. I'm projecting, I apparently want pizza, with Sierra, meeting Jessica at Panera to, air quotes, work on homework, and having almost the exact same schedule down to internship location as Lizzie for my whole first year of the program. I will miss somehow getting Dr. Merrill off topic by accident and having a class with her every week like I have for the past 2 years. I loved how much we supported each other, and I have met some of the most amazing people. I hope I cross paths with all of you again in the future.
Okay. Abby Green Roche. Stand up, please, Abby. Come on. Come on, Abby. All right.
Abby did send in a memory, and she says, one of my favorites is from my time in the MED program, the first program I did with my fellow graduate assistant, Andrew Bianco, in our first few weeks. We had many responsibilities during KSU kickoff, which is undergraduate welcome week. We were both assigned to the KSU shuffle. We didn't realize it until we arrived, but we were chaperones to hundreds of undergraduate students dancing and having the best time of their lives. It was funny to think we were, quote unquote, in charge of all those students. Thankfully, nothing got too out of hand and we had a blast. I'm so grateful to have made a lifelong friend.
Elizabeth Lizzie Patterson.
Lizzie sent in a memory saying, a special highlight in the program is the opportunity to volunteer twice with the Cleveland Browns through GRASP. It was such a rewarding experience getting back to my community and learning about the Browns organization. I also enjoyed making memories at GA days, socializing with our incredible faculty and students at GRASP picnics, and in addition to all of the collaborations in the classroom and memories I got to make with my cohort. I also want to recognize my parents, Anne and Michael, my sisters, Catherine and Victoria, and my significant other, Andrew, who have supported me throughout this journey.
Excellent. Well done. Billy Radcliffe. All right, well done.
Billy sent in this statement. When reflecting on how long the days of classes were in grad school, I'll always cherish the round-the-block walks in Whitehall during classes' 10-minute break times with Athena, Luke, Sam, and many others. I will also never forget how I may have accidentally, okay, maybe a little bit on purpose, called out Dr. K for his refusal to use rubrics in the business class, as Nick and I presented on how university strategic plans are a necessity to success and are like a rubric for universities. I was genuinely concerned about losing presentation points. Luckily for me, Dr. K laughed.
Derek Rice. Julia Roberts.
Julia sent in this memory. GA days each year was such a great time to connect with colleagues, classmates, and friends. I enjoyed meeting potential cohorts and reflecting on my own experiences in the program. Volunteering was always such a good time, and Trino Restaurante lunch made it even better.
Ayakan Souvenir.
Subi sent in this memory. Her favorite memory is of a time where her higher ed program friends threw her a surprise birthday party after basically pretending they were too busy to celebrate her. The birthday conspirators used a housewarming party as a ruse to try and trick Subi into it. And so when she arrived at Kelsey's house and people jumped out and yelled surprise, she had to pretend she was actually surprised, but felt wonderful that she had finally had her very first surprise birthday party. So please give a round of applause for Dr. Kredovich's advisees. We will now proceed with the virtual hooding of graduates by Dr. Krista Porter.
Okay. Andrew Bianco.
Andrew submitted the following memory, and also thank you for bringing your dog and a hood. One of my favorite memories from the program is the fun I had with my fellow Student Success Program GAs, especially during the summer NKSU kickoff. It was especially a good and scary time when Jessica McKee would be given the keys to the SSP golf cart and we would run errands around campus together with Abby Green. Abby and I didn't know what we were getting ourselves into when Jessica was driving, although she did always reassure us that she had an online golf cart driver certification, so we had no reason to worry.
Emma Harding.
Emma provided two memories. One, a favorite highlight, was decorating the Center for Student Involvement with Christine Nelson and Tessa Wagner for homecoming. And her other highlight was wearing Hawaiian shirts with Nick on the last day of the business class.
Kamari Howell. Jacob Marion. Alicia Mijas. And son.
Please give a round of applause for the advisees of Dr. Krista Porter. We will now proceed with the virtual hooding of graduates by Dr. Stephen Thomas. We'll go ahead and give you a second to get unmuted. Hold on just a second, Dr. Thomas. Okay.
I think I'm ready. Molly Brooks. Shelby Burkhart. Kelsey Davison.
Kelsey submitted a memory for us to enjoy. She says, during our first year, a few people got together to support our friend Sam Yoka and run the world to raise money for study abroad scholarships. After the race, we were walking to our cars and a sea of golden retrievers, which by the way, I would love to have been there, came running towards us. We sat and played with them in the parking lot, and it was such a great unexpected surprise. We ended up getting brunch downtown and going to the Holy Celebration with the Kent Indian Association. The entire day was full of positivity and friendship, and it's one of my best memories.
Rebecca Johnson. Caitlin Lover. Kevin Leitner.
Kevin provided a very succinct but wonderful highlight. He says, slow and steady wins. Took me 5 full years, but I finally made it.
Casey Monda. Christine Morrison. Marcy McElroy.
Marcy provided a highlight. She said, I didn't take the traditional path to graduation. I started before most and watched as many graduated before me. However, each semester and each class brought me closer to forever colleagues and friends. I will miss the engaging conversations and the passion of each of my professors had for our learning, but more importantly, for us as higher education professionals. I am so proud to be a graduate of the Kent State University Higher Education Program.
Sierra Roundtree. Caitlin Shemp.
Katie provided an anecdote that is just funny. Her favorite time in the program was the energy, growth, and conversations that developed from any of Dr. Porter's and Dr. Kulix's courses. And her funniest memory was this one time Dr. Thomas thought I was a spam caller. After a call regarding my graduation clearance, he called back shortly 10 minutes later. Confused, I answered the phone, and before I could say a word, he asked, hello, who is this? Completely startled, I said, Dr. Thomas, it's Katie. You just told me I was good to graduate. Laughing, he said, oh, hi, my apologies. I keep getting spam calls and I'm trying to track them down. That ended up with us both laughing, and it is truly a Dr. Thomas moment I will never forget.
Danielle Thompson. And that's the end of mine.
That's right. We will now proceed with the virtual hooding of graduates by Dr. Martha Merrill.
D'Antonio. I don't know if I got unmuted in time. First is Nick D'Antonio.
Nick provided a memory and highlight from the program you all enjoy. The fall 2018 interpersonal and group dynamics class. This was the very first graduate school class for some of us, and we all became very close because of it. We played so many fun activities and competitive games that allowed us to learn so much more about each other. Some of us have had almost every class together since then. And his funniest memory is wearing Hawaiian shirts with Emma Harding to match Dr. Kretovics on the last day of business in fall 2019.
Good. Marisa Delicio. Athena Felino. Saw you up there. Luke House.
Luke provided a memory. He said, being introduced to the graduate school by Dr. Hudson's Equity and Justice class, which was one of the most meaningful and impactful courses I took during my time at Kent State. It didn't start off on the best foot. I decided to use the word misrepresented in one of my answers during the first class and got called out by another student on the definition of the word and what it meant in the context of my answer. I tried defending myself, but was told to come back the next week with a real definition backed by research. Never did come back with one. I thought I'd never make it through grad school, but shout out to Keenan, Kamari, and Molly for being a great support system of master's students in a PhD dominant class. We'll never forget some of the memories we created in this class as we continue to talk about it anytime we see each other.
Thank you. Sarah Kasiba. Okay. Julia Riley. Okay. Megan Stultz.
Megan provided the following highlight. Having the chance to make incredible friendships from the BBT to study sessions, to hiking, to chai lattes, to karaoke with pencils as microphones, and to GA days with my amazing Kelsey. I truly felt honored to spend time with and be so supported by so many great people. Another favorite memory of mine was getting to have grasp giving dinner and cookouts at Dr. Kretovics' house. I loved connecting to my peers and getting to know the faculty more closely, especially when I got to beat Dr. Thomas in cornhole.
Okay, and Sam Yoka.
Sam provided the following. It is difficult to highlight just one memory, but each year being able to assist with GA days has always allowed me to reflect on my time in this program and all that I have learned. Welcoming the incoming cohorts to the program reminds me of the immense gratitude I feel for all the peers, colleagues, and faculty that this program has provided me. And a special shout out to Dr. Merrill, Alyssa Maisie, and Dr. Kristen Stasiowski for being incredible role models and guiding me through the past 2 years.
Thank you.
We will now proceed with the virtual hooding of the graduates by Dr. Tara Hudson.
All right. Well, Dr. Kretovic said he had the honor of going first, but I think the real honor is in going last because we saved the best for last. All right, so to start out with, Mark Barrow. All right, next we have Winnie Bush. I feel like I should be doing that hooding motion. All right, now we have Natasha Hutchinson.
Natasha provided the following highlight. The best highlight from the program for me was meeting amazing people. I have met lifelong friends, outstanding faculty, and gained a support system that I needed as an out-of-state student. One of the best memories for me was my very first conference presentation on international students' mental health with Subi and Julia at the NAFSA Regional Conference in Columbus, Ohio. We had the support of Kelsey and Sam who came out there to be with us. Special thank you to Dr. Kowalik for introducing me to the world of research and Dr. Merrill for inspiring my dedication to the internationalization of higher education.
All right, Najat Hamis.
Najat sent in, I would like to say thank you to everyone for being my people. I found my place in this program and it was an honor getting to know you. I wish you the best in all of your future endeavors.
Christine Nelson.
Nicely done with the hood, Christine. Christine said, although I will no longer be commenting on all your discussion posts, I will always comment on your Facebook and Instagram posts. Thank you for being such a supportive cohort. This is a very special program and I am leaving it knowing I have learned so much.
Kennedy Nemeth.
Kennedy says, one of the funniest memories from the higher ed program was creating a running list of all the hilarious things Dr. Thomas said during law class last year. We definitely bonded as a first-year cohort over that class. A favorite memory I have is Thanksgiving dinner at Dr. K's house and getting to spend time outside the classroom with classmates and faculty.
All right, and wrapping them up, Keenan Young.
Keenan says, throughout the past 2 years, it was nice being able to go to class and kind of forget about everything else going on in my life. Whenever I was stressed out or in a really bad mood, being able to take that chunk of time to focus on class content and hang out with my fellow classmates was really relieving. Congrats to the class of 2020. Now on to the next adventure.
Congratulations all.
Please give a round of applause for the advisees of Dr. Tara Hudson. Thank you so much for sharing your stories with us. We are so proud to formally present you as the graduates of the Higher Education Administration Student Affairs Program, class of 2020. I would like to now welcome Emma Harding, Master of Education, class of 2020, to address her cohort.
Am I on? All right, I think so. Okay, cool. I'm gonna do my thank yous last. I'm just gonna start with my speech to go. Dear class of 2020, from the day that we are born, we are all given a glass that's overflowing with water. There's no such thing as a glass half empty or half full when we step into this world. No, it's all there, every single last drop. But as we journey throughout our lives, water tends to spill from time to time. It spills after our first heartbreak, after every hardship, every setback. It spills when we experience loss and failure and grief, until suddenly we find ourselves measuring situations and experiences in terms of either half full or half empty. We have to choose constantly between being optimistic and pessimistic. And I can't speak for anyone else, but the last couple months I felt a little like a glass half empty situation to me. So as I tried to write this speech for literally what was probably the 10th time, I called one of my friends and I told her that I was tired of trying to find this balance between both recognizing this is like a really momentous and special occasion in our lives, one that we all should be so extremely proud of accomplishing, while also recognizing that this is quite a weird time for us. It's scary and difficult and hard. We're kind of graduating into a world that's been put on hold. And that's when I realized that I'm tired of measuring life in halves and half full or half empty, because there's no such thing as a half life, only a full one. And that's when my friend told me something that really struck a chord within me. So class of 2020, this is what I want to share with you today. Fill the whole glass, because a life that's with half its water can still be viewed through optimistic eyes. Yes, it can be half full, but as easily as it's half full, it can also be half empty. Henry David Thoreau said that the mass of humankind lead lives of quiet desperation. We all want to have glasses that are full to the brim, but we're scared of taking risks, scared of failing, scared of a little water spilling out. But the thing is, there's no need to be afraid of a little water spilling out from time to time. Throughout the forthcoming years, we're going to have times in our personal and professional lives where things feel hard and messy. We're going to feel a little drained. But it's in those times that we need to remember that we always have a way to fill our glasses back up. So how do we do that? We fill them through embracing change, by not making excuses, by pursuing a life that sets our souls on fire. We fill them by sharing our water with others along the way, through giving instead of taking. Ultimately, we fill them through love and smiles and laughs and triumphs and heart, all heart. In class of 2020, though times are tough and the future is uncertain, we will take our glasses into the world. We will take with us our memories, our friends, our knowledge, and our passions that Kent State has given us and we've given each other. And we will give back to life what it has given to us. It doesn't matter how we do it, whether it's your dream job or the job you need to get by right now. Because what we've gained over the last 2 years and truly our whole lives up until this point is enough water to weather the storm that we find ourselves in right now. I know beyond all shadow of a doubt that we will succeed wherever we go after today. I know this because I spent the last 2 years in awe of what this special group has accomplished. I've witnessed the bonds you've formed with each other, with your students, with your supervisors. I've witnessed the bonds, or witnessed you caring for and supporting one another in countless ways. I've heard your bold and powerful thoughts and ideas in and out of class. And that's what the world needs right now. It needs people like the ones in this cohort. It needs people who are going to form connections, show up, and be bold. Kent State University, our program, and all of you have taught me this. I know that we may be struggling right now, struggling with our job searches, with our altered plans, with not having our traditional lasts. But we are not chained to the struggle because we have glasses that are filled with so much water, with so much love and life and light. And that itself will take each and every one of us so incredibly far, no matter what direction that takes from here on out. And we get to share our glasses with the world in every action, every single thing we do, big or small, in your career or in your relationships. We are not defined by this pandemic. Contrary, these times have added to our glasses, not subtracted from them. It's added water because it showed us how resilient we are in the face of adversity, how fierce we show up for those in our lives and how fierce they show up for us. We get to hold our glasses up to this crazy world, and we get to show it how we're going to succeed despite this curveball that life has thrown us. Like I said, you've all taught me this and you've all showed me this. And you will continue doing this in life, pandemic or not, because you fill glasses wherever you go. And now, as official higher education professionals, we have the important and humbling job of filling other people's glasses. We ask ourselves, how will we help our students succeed? How will we show them that this world that they imagine for themselves is real and attainable? How will we help them grow and transform into the people that we know they are and can be? How will we fill their glasses like the many people who have filled ours over the years? We have the honor and privilege of giving to our students and our profession the same that we were given. That is what we are called to do, and that's what I know we're going to do. Now, as William Shakespeare said, brevity is the soul of wit. However, I do kind of want to leave you with one last thought. Let's go out into the world and live lives full of love, happiness, and joy. Let's go out into the world and use what we've learned these past 2 years to continue to show up, care, and support each other. Let's go out into the world and make it a better place like I know we will. Let's go out there and fill up the glasses of those around us. Because even if the world is trying to push us backwards and spill our water out right now, let's instead raise our glasses that are overflowing and toast them with each other's. So I'm raising my glass, one that is overflowing again because of you, this program, and this university. And I'm toasting it with yours. Higher Ed Class of 2020, here's to you and here's to us. Congratulations, my friends, we made it. Now let's go fill up the whole dang glass. So before I go, thank you. I'd also like to thank a few people that I think deserve it. First off, thanks to every professor in this program, from advising us to teaching the classes to everything. I definitely know that you've pushed us to be better professionals and better people. We've learned so much from you over the past 2 years, and I still believe that rubrics should be used. Sorry, Dr. K. Thank you to my supervisor, Sydney Jordan. I just want to give her a shout out. She's guided me throughout the last 2 years. Thanks to my family. Life wouldn't be the same without you guys all surrounding me right now. Thank you to my peers turned friends, all of you guys here in this virtual chat. I hope that we can do this in person soon, but until then, you guys have made my life fuller beyond measure. And lastly, thanks to Kent State in this program. You've given me a purpose and a passion. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Emma. So wise and so well done. So thank you so much for that. Before we kick it over to Dr. Kretovics to close this out, I know this is going to sound so goofy. I'm going to take some screenshots. And you all were so attentive while listening to the speech that you all looked really mad because you were all very you're looking very seriously at what Emma's saying. So what I'm going to do is ask people, hold off on using the chat feature for a minute because it's popping up in my screen. So just hold off on chat for a second. I'm going to take some screenshots of both screens. So, and I will absolutely set it out. Just stop with the chat for a second. And I'm going to take some screenshots. So go ahead and look like you just got hooded and are super happy. I'm going to take 4 different screenshots. I'll let you know when I'm done. So just be happy for a minute, okay? All right, that's one screenshot of my screen one. We're going to do another one of my screen one. Great. Okay, relax your face muscles for a second. Okay, I'm going over to screen 2. Brace yourselves. Ready, everybody? It's like modern photography. What can I say? One more time, and good. Okay, thank you so much. With that, I'm gonna turn it over to the one and only Aloha shirt wearing program coordinator, Dr. Mark Kretovics.
Oh, thank you. Greatly appreciated. Emma, thanks loads. That was a great ending speech there. Greatly appreciated. Also like to thank Dr. Merrill for her words of wisdom today. That was wonderful. And to Drs. Porter and Eckert for setting this up. Normally GRASP takes a huge role in putting this together, and we have it in the Kiva or one of the other auditoriums. Today was a unique situation, and Drs. Porter and Eckert were able to pull this off for us. So again, kudos to the two of you for helping us out with this. Just to end today, just to say congratulations to all of the graduates. It's been a great 2 years, and for some of you a little bit longer than 2. But it's wonderful having you around for this time. I will say that Deb and I did miss not having anybody over here for the end of the year picnic. It was unfortunate that we couldn't open our home again, but and Deb sends her regards, so I greatly appreciate that. It's been a very unique semester, as we've all experienced, and as Dr. Merrill pointed out, this isn't the end of your career, but rather the beginning. So you're not crossing a finish line per se, but rather you're starting your career. And I think that it's important for you to recognize that, reflect upon that, look at what skills and talents you bring to the table for us. I also like to just take this opportunity to thank all of you, students, faculty, for being here, and all of your families who were supportive of you through this journey, and especially during these last couple of months. And finally, just on behalf of all the faculty and all the site supervisors, I'd like to say thanks for being here. Thanks for choosing Kent State. We greatly appreciate you as students. We all wish you the very best of success, and we look forward to hearing from you throughout your careers. Keep us in your thoughts. Let us know what's going on. Keep us updated with all your professional as well as life accomplishments. So with that said, I bid thee farewell, and I look forward to hearing from you down the road. Take care, all. It's been a wonderful time. Greatly appreciated. Bye-bye.
This concludes the formal activities of today. Thank you all so much for being here. We will obviously let you know if and when, I'm going to just say when, we can get everyone together who can make it. We'll try and provide enough advance notice that if you have a job far, far away, you can come back and see us from that point. I'm going to just hold off. Y'all can chat with each other for a couple more minutes and then we'll close the meeting down. But please celebrate this. It's a really great accomplishment and we're very, very proud of you.
Now, background. We did it.
Pop the champagne. I'm unmuted.
Dr. Eckert, can we get the screenshots? Can we get the pictures that you took the screenshots of?
I'm going to, I'll send those out using this email.
All right, thank you so much.
You're unmuted? Yeah. Oh.
See.